What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a look at some wonderful One Piece TCG news about which I am pretty gosh darned excited. And we might as well start off with what is probably the biggest news going around at the moment, and that is the first anniversary of the One Piece TCG is here, or coming, and Bandai are celebrating. Now, one thing Bandai have gone and done is they are bringing these serial Shanks to flagship battles. We don't need to talk too much about these serial Shanks. We talked about serial Shanks. It's awesome. I want one. But we have already talked about that. We talked about it the other day. Of course, I have realized that I will be in Japan for the last couple of days of flagship battles where they are giving away serial Shanks. I kind of want to try and win one. I don't think I'm actually going to. That's not really the point, ladies and gentlemen. But going to a Japanese card store, or really a One Piece TCG official store, trying to win a serial Shanks, playing some proper One Piece games in a One Piece store in Japan, I mean, come on. That does sound kind of amazing. But there's something else they've gone and revealed, and that is the One Piece first anniversary set. Now, this is going to be sold over on Premium Bandai starting the 16th, which might be today as I record this, and is going to be going on till Thursday the 29th. Although, do remember the deal with Premium Bandai always is that if they run out early, they run out early. Now, they generally don't tend to, but there's always a little bit of a note there being like, hey, you realize if we've got a number in mind, if we meet it, we will stop early. So if you are going to be going on Premium Bandai over in Japan, make sure you get there pretty quickly. Now, as it stands at the moment, I believe this is being sold for 10,000 yen, so no, it's not cheap. And I think it might actually be being sold by a lottery as well, just because they're going to have so many people going after it. 10,000 yen is $71, or about £55. But remember the deal. We've seen this in One Piece, we've seen it in Digimon. Things that are sold on Premium Bandai over in Japan then tend to get sold on Premium Bandai in the US, and they tend to end up in local game stores in Europe. I'm not saying that will be the case here, it hasn't been announced, we can't say for certain, but I absolutely am saying that it is overwhelmingly likely that this is going to be Premium Bandai over in Japan, and it is going to be local game stores over in Europe. So one of the things that we are seeing here, we've got an image of the products, and actually, yeah, this looks kind of amazing, because what we've got here, this is over on the official website, we've got ourselves a storage box, what seems to be 2 sets of sleeves, 100 each, which is kind of impressive, a rubber playmat, and a deck box. Now, obviously you can see that the deck box and 1 set of sleeves is very much the card back with a compass and all of that. And then you've got, Luffy on the sleeves and the playmat, which is kind of cool. I really like the design here. This is awesome. It is a premium product, but the fact that you get 200 of each sleeve, the fact that you get a proper rubber playmat and a proper deck box, they are at least, it's expensive. No one's arguing against it being expensive, but they are at least going for, proper premium here. And actually, I'm being a big dumb dummy. It does literally say on the official website, lottery sales start today. So, yes, it is very much a lottery sale. This is going to be a very sought after product. What I will say is, if it's as popular as it looks like it might be, the reseller market is going to be redonk. So might I suggest, if you are interested in this, maybe enter the lottery sooner rather than later, if you can over in Japan, because the reseller market is going to get dumb, you are going to overspend. But of course, with all products like this, we always really, let's face it, we're after promo cards. Like, everything else is cool, don't get me wrong, but we want some nice promo cards to go with it. And the wonderful news, ladies and gentlemen, is that we do have some promo cards to go with it. Now, I'm warning you right off the bat, the image we have is not the best image. Feel free to be upset about that. Feel free to be pure filled with rage. This is the best image we've got at the moment of the promos, so it will have to do. The good news is we can already see that some of these cards are very, very cool. And let's start off with a card that's seeing a lot of play right now, 5-cost Marco. I'm seeing this pop up in a bunch of deck lists. Really all over the place. I mean, obviously it's a Whitebeard Pirates card, right? So it's going into Whitebeard Pirates lists, but it's showing up in a bunch of decks. Now, this is the one whereby 5 cost, 6,000 power, counter plus 1,000, and on your turn, when you play it, that's very important, it has to be your turn, you KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less, which is good. But on KO, you can trash an event card from your hand to play this character from the trash rested. And I suppose super tiny minor spoilers for One Piece here, but of course Marco's got the Phoenix power, so that's kind of the point here. You know, the whole rebirth is why Marco cards tend to do the whole rebirth thing. Love that I'm reading the manga now because it means I'm understanding all of this, which is wonderful. But it's a very good card that sees a bunch of play at the moment. So yeah, having this coming up is awesome. Being able to have this in a lovely promo form is fantastic. And yeah, we've already got an alternate art in OPO3 where it came out, so you don't need this version of it. But it's still a cool alternate art, and it's one that I like very much indeed. So I love that we're seeing it popping in here. This is kind of awesome. Now, another red card, they're all red cards. Red gets a lot of love in One Piece. That we're seeing here is Makino. Now, this is the red Makino that came around in OPO2. 1 cost, 0 power, counter plus 1,000. No, 2,000. It's one of the things that makes it so great. And activate main, you may rest this character and up to one of your red characters with a cost of 1 gains 3,000 power during this turn. Makino is great. Big fan of Makino. So yeah, this is honestly kind of amazing. It's a really good card that sees a bunch of play because basically it can take 1-cost characters that should be terrible and buff them up so they're not terrible anymore. Seen a whole bunch of play in these faster, speedier red decks. It's very cool. And this means that so far, you know, both the cards I've shown you from these promos are very good playable cards. Can we make it free for free? The answer is yes. Because we have another 1-cost, 0 power red card coming as a promo, but we've got the Atama from OPO1. 1 cost, 0 power, again counter plus 2,000, but on play it gives one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power for the turn. So you're lowering power, which is good, but you've also got a counter plus 2,000, which is important. And oh look, we've gone free for free. All of these cards, all 3 of these promos are pretty gosh darn playable. Is it worth $70? That's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know exactly how much it's going to be when it drops over here, but it's likely it's going to be somewhere in that range because that's what it is over in Japan. Yes, it is an expensive product. It's a premium product. That's the point. However, you get a proper rubber playmat and deck box and 2 sets of 100 sleeves and your card case, all of which are pretty premium, let's be honest with you. So, yeah. Honestly, I do think this is brilliant. They've gone for free exclusive alternate art promos as well, and I think this is just wonderful. Now, I will say there is one other thing that has gone and been revealed over in Japan that we should have a little bit of a look at, and that is that they've gone and revealed the official deck boxes. Yay! Now, these are dropping on the 29th of July, which, as I've mentioned before, is literally the day I land in Japan. And I've said it before and I'm saying it again, basically to try and force myself into having to do it. But I'm landing at like 5 p.m. on the 29th, which means that realistically, time I get to the hotel, etc., is probably going to be like 7. That is plenty of time to then jump a train to Shinjuku, where there is an official One Piece TCG store that's open till like 1 in the morning. And maybe I pick this up? Maybe I give it a go? As a side note, it is also the day that Starter Deck 10 is released. I'm not entirely sure they're going to have any stock of Starter Deck 10 left. But I don't know. Go along. Have a look. Might get lucky, ladies and gentlemen. Might get lucky. These are far from absolutely vital products, let's be clear, but they're official card cases. They're pretty cool. One features Monkey D. Luffy, and yes, you may notice that the artwork there is the OP04 Luffy, or I should say, one of the OP04 Luffy. Now, you've got the black Luffy that can kind of restand. I love that one. That's a really good card, seeing a bunch of play already. This is the expensive red Luffy with banish and no counter, but still a decent card that should see play in a few decks here and there. Just popped onto a different background. And then you got a bunch of devil fruits on the other one, because I don't know why not. Look, I'm going to be picking up a bunch of booster boxes and booster packs and singles of various cards. I'm going to go to a lot of card stores when I'm in Japan. I'm going to need some deck boxes to keep some of the cards in. These seem like they look pretty good. They are retailing for 770 yen, which is honestly really not that expensive. 770 yen, you're talking somewhere in the region of around about, oh, stupid conversion website, $5.45 or £4.25. That's pretty cheap. I should pick a few of these up. So yeah, that's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. We've got these first anniversary products that look extremely cool, and then we've also got ourselves these deck boxes, which are also pretty gosh darned awesome. But now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think of this. Tell me if you're going to be picking it up. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.